Alright everybody, this is Paul with Fruitful Trees, and I have a tree right in my hand and I'm so excited. I got a message from Alex at Tropical Acres a couple of days ago, and he said, you have to taste this mango. And I was like, let's do it, let's make a video or something, but let me taste it first because I don't want to make videos about mangoes I don't like. Well, the mango is called Giselle. Giselle. I never even heard of this mango, Giselle Mango. And I have to admit, I have a problem, I have an addiction, and I am a mango polygamist. I mean, Kathy and Carla, but Giselle, I'm in love with Giselle. I tasted this today, a little while ago. I got it from Tropical Acres, and he gave me one, explained all about it, and that's what the video is about today. So check it out. Here's Alex at Tropical Acres discussing my new love. Alright everybody, here's Giselle Mango. I know many of you haven't heard of this before, but this is Alex and we're at Tropical Acres. How you doing?
Good, I'm doing alright.
Good, and you're going to tell us about this amazing mango.
Yeah, so they get a lot prettier than these. Unfortunately, the examples that I chose were on the greener side in terms of color, but these were ripe fruit. Actually, these ripened on the tree. So when I pick this mango, I usually just feel it, and if there's any give at all, it comes off the tree. But a lot of times this mango will be purple, so just keep that in mind. It's a prettier fruit than these examples here. Okay. So anyway, but this is a mango that came from Gary Zill's breeding project, and it was a seedling. I think he told me it was a seedling of a mango called Tower, which would have come from probably Miami, that mango. And the Zills had it for many years, and kind of an obscure variety, but they had it growing, I think, in a greenhouse or something, and Gary must have planted some seeds of that, and this was one of the results. And so this mango has what we would call an West Indian mango flavor, so it's a very rich fruit. Gary had originally described it to me as a juice mango, which made me think that it was going to be very fibrous, because when I think juice mango, I think like an East Indian mango, or even some of the other Rasalu type mangoes from South India are pretty fibrous as well, or have at least some fiber. But this isn't too bad, actually. It has a small bit of fiber, but nothing ridiculous. So, and it is extremely juicy. This mango has a lot of juice content to it, but a really rich flavor. So Paul, you'll get to try this and see what I'm talking about. But,
that's exciting.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with this mango. It started fruiting for us a few years ago. Ours is a topwort tree. I got the budwood from Gary probably 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago actually now. And I think it made its first fruit in year 2. Made a couple mangoes last year, and then this year it had its first really significant crop and made a lot of fruit. So we'll have to give it a try.
Well, how does it work with the disease?
So it didn't have any issues with powdery mildew or anything like that, but it definitely did get some bacterial spot this year, and the parentage of the mango from when Gary told me made me think, well, that mango might be prone to bacterial black spot. And we did get it on the fruit. Fortunately, most of the fruit made it intact, so they got lesions on the mangoes, but they didn't necessarily rot. A few of them rotted, but not anything like what the Kits and the Kents and some of that can get. So that's not to say that it won't get worse in the future, you know, but this year it didn't decimate its crop. I still was able to, you know, harvest most of the Giselles and sell them, and we put them in our Indian flavored mango boxes because it has a very strong Indian flavor that we knew that our Indian customers would appreciate. So it is a vigorous tree. As far as I can tell, Gary's tree was really vigorous. Our topwork has been an aggressive grower, so we can tell this tree wants to get big. So not a tree for small yards, but maybe a good tree for California or Arizona, or places that you know, the trees grow maybe a little too slowly. So this might be a good candidate for those on the West Coast.
Sure, sure. Alrighty. Well, how come we don't hear much about this one as we do the other ones? Is it the name, or is it just something else?
I don't think it's the name. Nothing wrong with the name.
Well, yeah, some have cotton candy and fruit punch.
Oh,
this
okay,
is
good
just
point.
Giselle.
Yeah, okay. Yes, so right. So a lot of the new mangoes are named after other fruits or candy or whatever. This one is named after Gary's wife, Giselle, who works very hard at the nursery. I see her there when I go there periodically. So. Yeah, I think that This was one that kind of got glossed over me. I don't know if it had something to do with production or if it had something to do with the fruit's appearance or something. I'm not sure, because the fruit's eating quality is certainly outstanding. This is a really, really excellent quality Indian flavored mango. And so I'm not sure why, but Gary had tons of seedlings in his program that, you know, that didn't get selected for one reason or another. And you know, how a tree performs in one place can be totally different in another, like I was telling you before. So, you know, I don't remember talking to him too much about this variety, but it got named, and I think Giselle didn't care for the fruit personally, and maybe wanted it to have a different name, but the name has stuck.
So was it a late season mango?
Almost. And it bridges that gap between a mid-season and a late-season mango. I'd say probably a similar season to Kent so far. The last few years, the fruit that we've picked on the tree has mimicked the season of something like Kent, or you know, some of the other later mid-season varieties, I guess. So yeah, almost a late season, but not quite. Definitely not as late as like a kid or a Neelam can hold on. You know. Yeah. So this one it's got a few fruit left on the tree, but not much. Most of the fruit has already matured on it.
Besides Gary's tree and your tree, do you know anyone else that's growing these? Because I don't see them in any nurseries even.
No, I don't think so. Unless, you know, maybe other people that he gave trees to or something, but I don't believe I know anybody that's growing it. Maybe they have it under the old number, and I don't even remember what its numerical designation was. I might have it on my website, but I'd have to go look in my notes. But I don't know anyone else growing it, no. And hopefully, well, I can say this. We've sold the budwood to people, and we've made grafted trees for people, so now there are people growing it, and we'll get to find out over the next few years how those trees perform for other people. Because all we have is one tree. So that's not a lot of, you know, sample size to go by for evaluating a variety on a grand scale. We can talk about what we've seen from that tree, but what somebody over on the west coast of Florida or in central Florida or even other parts of South Florida sees from it might be very different. We'll see.
Now, was this just a new mango that you wanted to experiment with, or was there something that made you say, yeah, I want to get that mango?
When Gary told me that it was a really exceptional juice mango with Indian flavor, that caught my attention. And then when I tried it, I was like, wow, this is actually really good. And I'm glad that we grafted it, because it's comparable to other really high quality juice mangoes like Panchadera Kalasa, East Indian. Even though it doesn't have anywhere close to the fiber of East Indian, there's definitely a similarity in the flavor. So I hate comparing something to East Indian only because East Indian has this reputation for being loaded with fiber, and this mango certainly is not. But that Indian juice mango has a lot of spice component and complexity. It's got some resin to it, which some Americans will find that objectionable, but like about half of them won't. And people from India and people from the Caribbean will love this mango.
Did I read on your website in the description, maybe it was another mango, but I thought it was this one where you said, you know, if you get the Graham mango at the perfect stage, it's kind of like that?
Yeah, so Graham is a tricky mango because if you let it ripen on the tree, more often than not, it's going to have off flavors and just not be very good. It's going to have some musk component, and a lot of times I'll just throw those grams in the trash, actually. I prefer to get a gram right when it's starting to turn and let it ripen off the tree, and don't let it get on the extra ripe side. And a perfect gram tastes incredible. And I remember one particular year I had a gram that was one of the best mangoes I ever ate. I mean, it was just unbelievable, but those grams are few and far between. So that's a less forgiving mango about when it's harvested and when it's cut. You know, that's the tough thing with Graham. And if the weather is really bad, if it's raining a lot and a lot of overcast weather, Grahams are almost never good. But when the weather is dry, and it has been dry, if it's been dry for several weeks or something like that, or even at least 10 days or something, then Graham, if it's ripened properly and picked properly, can taste exceptional. But because it's kind of finicky about that, I've never planted more than one Graham tree. So I had one in Loxahatchee, and we've got one here on the farm here, and might be the only one we ever grow. But I'm glad that we have one.
Graham, yeah, and you're saying this tastes like a Graham when it's that exceptional.
Yeah, or even maybe better.
Wow.
I mean, like, well, you'll try it, Paul.
Well, I'm looking forward to that. It's a nice, beautiful color here. That I all looked at.
The flesh has a nice orange to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dark colored flesh. And the shelf life is decent too. They've gotten pretty soft and still tasted good as they got ripe.
Not a big mango, right?
They can get slightly bigger than that, but yeah, not a huge fruit. I'd say they probably average just slightly under a pound. This is one that's actually on the smaller side in my hand here. And I had another one that was nice and purple, which I was going to use, and then I think we sold that one.
Okay.
So by accident, but so we'll try these ones here and see how they are. And then we'll try another mango that I wanted to tell you about.
All right, that sounds good. Let's go ahead and try it.
Okay. So here, I've already washed this one, so I'll cut this. And it's really, really juicy. Okay, so you'll notice that one as soon as you bite into it. Okay, here's a couple slices. You just grab one, Paul. And I've got that other one we can cut open too, which is a little less ripe than this one, so we'll see if there's a difference. But.
All right, everybody. So here is the Giselle Mango. That's really nice. That's really nice.
A lot of flavor right around the skin.
Oh, that's really nice. Yeah. Wow, yeah. That is a good mango. Wow. That's really nice. Alrighty, yeah, so that was great. Yeah, that was excellent.
Yeah, this is a really good, I mean, like, you tried East Indian. You know,
yeah, East Indian was great.
This is really similar to that kind of flavor. Really similar. Yeah. If we were to measure that, I'm guaranteeing you that's going to be around 25 or something like that.
I'm trying to think what it tastes like, because it's...
The mangoes that I compare it to are East Indian, Conchidera Colassa. It's a little similar to Phoenix, too. Just a little, but Phoenix isn't as resinous as this thing. So, but there's similarities in the terpenes they share. So this mango is definitely similar to a few other mangoes, and it's definitely a good example of what I call Indian West Indian flavor versus Indian Alfonso flavor that you find in Carrier and
yeah.
Like if you were to taste those against each other, you go, yeah, they have similarities in terms of some of the spice component or whatever, but this is a different category. So
yeah. All right. All right, everybody. So that's a Giselle Mango, and this is wow, another tree I'll have to get. And thank you so much for sharing that. And yeah, definitely one to taste. And you were saying people buy this and they come back and get the budwood. Is that good, right?
Well, I've sold budwood to people over the last probably 2 years from this tree. Not a whole lot.
But they had to taste it to want the budwood, right?
Not necessarily, because there's people that just see a name and they want to try it, or they know that it came from Gary's project and so they want to try it. Or sometimes they just ask me for recommendations too. But there are people who have tried it for sure, just not that many, because this is the first year we had a lot of it. So, but it's very good fruit,
yeah.
And I can't wait for more people to try this, and I can't wait to see the results of the people that have started to grow it.
And you say it's a big tree.
It's definitely an aggressive tree. Yeah, it's a vigorous tree. Now ours is a topwork. So keep that in mind, because topworks can behave differently than planted trees by a long shot. So, but Gary's tree was the original tree, is a seedling. That's been a vigorous tree too. So, you know, I remember him telling me that, and I remember looking at the tree going, yeah, that looks like an aggressive grower.
Well, some seedlings can taste this good, right? I mean, it's rare and few that you get one, but some are possible, right?
Yeah, of course. That's how you get new varieties.
Yes,
so,
wow.
But, I mean, this was a seedling of, I think it was Tower, but I don't remember if he speculated on the pollen parent or not.
Wow.
Because on a lot of his, you know, hybrids, he had a pretty good notion of what the pollen parent was, and on some of the other ones, it was kind of like, who knows, you know. So, but this one, I know that Tower was one of the parents, and so there used to be I think it was called the Brooks Tower Nursery, down in Miami a long time ago. It's not in business anymore, but the Zills must have had a relationship with those folks and got that tree, the tower mango, from them a long time ago, because it doesn't really appear in any literature. So,
wow, that was excellent. Excellent mango. Everybody get that. And here's Alex. I'm going to put the description to this mango and also his website link below the video. So check that out. And thank you, Alex, for having us come taste that. All right, everybody. That was Alex discussing my new love, Giselle, the Giselle Mango. Wow. Just when you think mangoes can't get any better, they get better. Well, I don't have any more room for mangoes in my yard here. And I bought a tree, and I was like hoping I didn't like it because I didn't want to get another tree, but I got another tree, and I need to find a place to put it. Well, I have this pina colada mango here, but I have two pina colada mangoes, so I am going to replace that pina colada mango with this Giselle mango, and I am going to pot this and I'm going to sell it. So if anyone's interested in getting a pina colada mango, I love pina coladas, but I have two of them. And I gotta find a place for my new love here. So he also gave me one that's perfectly ripe that I'm about to eat right now. But you saw in the video how beautiful it looked, and I'm gonna put his information below the video here for this mango, and also if you want budwood for this mango or any other information, contact Alex at Tropical Acres. Thank you so much, Alex, for feeding my addiction. And I'm blaming you, Alex, because you introduced me to this new love of mine, Giselle. So I'm gonna go eat Giselle. Oh, Giselle, you're so good. You're so good. Listen, I'm about to eat this Giselle mango that Alex at Tropical Acres gave me, but I've tasted so many mangoes this season. A white Paria I recently had. I had a fruit punch. I had a juicy peach. Oh, peach cobbler. And sweet Kathy. Carla, I thought you were going to be my last. But Giselle is the most, just amazing. Let me taste this here. Look how, with that great color. And it's to live for. Everybody check out the link below, and what a great mango. Have a great day and keep growing.